What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XLRA, back at you with another episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Month of Madness. Yeah, that's right. The show, we're taking a look at a different deck every day of the month of January. Now, in the final few days, we're taking a look at day number 27, where we are taking a look at good old Sforce security forces. Them monsters that like to have no graveyard. We can summon things out of the banish pile, screw with our opponents, and all that graveyard setup. I liken these guys to the Diet Coke of Mech Knights because they're very column-based and they do different things. If you're, the more S-Force you have, the more stuff you can debilitate your opponent with, basically. So we've got our S-Force here. We got our usual lineup, along with the new member, which does some funky things. And we got ourselves our deck thanks to Mr. Levi's Stories, who wanted us to take a look at the S-Force and see how they fare in today's game. So we got our deck we're going to take a look at for today. Don't forget that if you want the deck list, it's down in the comment section, pinned right there, if you want to know what we're playing with. And also don't forget, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. Off the Memphis will be streaming tomorrow here on YouTube, 7:30 Eastern Time. And probably going to be using this deck along with some others in the good old-fashioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Roulette stream, which are very, very fun to do. So, enough said. Let's go ahead and EDO Pro. Let's show off this deck, show you how it works, have ourselves a good time, delivering some justice. Alright, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. We like to go first with this deck, for going first is pretty good with this deck. Although, if we start with Dimension Shifter, we can also potentially go second. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to go first. We're going to see what we open up with. And we do open up with quite a few things. So, what doth I want to start with? I do wish to banish things. So, let me think. I don't have, like, the ultimate start, but it is a start. So, we're going to start with our Rapid Chiyomaru. This is the most important of all your S-Forces. Quick effect. You can banish one of your cards, and then bounce Chiyomaru in order to get yourself another S-Force straight from the deck. And in this case, normally I go for Plantina, but we're actually going to go for Gravitino for starters, just because he's going to search us more cards. We'll get ourselves a Gravitino. He'll search us our S-Force Chase, which is our, basically it's Compulse. It's the thing, we're chasing down the baddies. We're chasing down Masquerena. I don't know what Masquerena did. Probably indecent exposure, but she did something wrong, and she going to jail for it. So, that being said, let's go ahead and activate one for un. Sadly, we'll ditch Razor. I kind of want to keep my Chiyomaru, even though I have several of those things. I kind of want to keep it. Okay, we are playing both D-Shifters. Neato. Let me think here. I don't have anybody there, so we're going to summon out a Heavenly Squire. We're just going to summon out Idia. He's our special tech card today. Because when he's summoned, you can summon a monster, 800 attack, 1000 defense, as in free Chiyomaru. So we got ourselves a decent enough start. I've got 2 bounces with the S-Force and an Imperm. And also, I should mention the fact of Gravitino. You see, his is a column effect. It's any monster, the same column as he or any S-Force. If it leaves the board, it gets banished. Now, this might be what my opponent wants me to do, sadly. Oh. You gotta steal my S-Force, get it to you. Let's see. Banish S-Force card from the hand. Banish S-Force card from your hand. Return this card to the hand. I don't know why Chiyomaru... Oh, wait, I have a Chiyomaru. No. I guess not. I mean, I could, but let's not. I think we'll be okay. What is this? A small world? Okay. Well, my opponent's playing with something. I don't know what that something is, but it's a something. Let me think. Nibiru. And what did he just reveal? What on earth is this? Some kind of evil gecko man. Okay, so this is some form of Meru Ghoti, interesting choice. Oh, with Adamancipators. I probably should have figured that one out. All right. Let me think about this. So, yeah, let's go ahead and use Chiyomaru's effect. We're going to use Chiyomaru. We're going to bounce Chiyomaru, get Platina. And we're going to put, it doesn't really matter what we'll put Platina right now. Important thing is when Platina gets special summoned, I can special summon one of my banished monsters. See, this is why we don't care about, having a graveyard, is that we can just have stuff whatever. So I'm just going to put this over here. And then, special summon, I can target an S-Force in the grave, summon it. That's right. Go to Lapswell. See, if I do have a graveyard, I can abuse it. And now I've got Razor, and... yeah, why not? Let's just use Razor's effect. I can summon one from my hand. Who says this deck is slow? Not me. This deck can swarm like crazy town. Alright, well that's... not a problem, not really. I mean, it might be a problem for Smolderins. And granted, now that I've swarmed this much, I don't get back my Gravitino, I don't think. He's a traitor, and my opponent surrenders. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, we'll do a bonus duel, because that was, well, we might do a bonus duel if that was pretty short, but that's the idea of this deck. We are Swarm Central. We have the power to swarm the board, and barring the Dark Ruler, my opponent was in a bit of a spot. He couldn't use his monsters for high link monsters. They were getting weaker. I have a field nuke during only my turn, mind you, but I have the ability to bounce 4 cards. That's pretty damn good. It works on any card, by the way. Any face-up card, I can bounce it. So we have the ability to completely shut down our opponent. And, granted, Gravitino was kind of locked out of things, but it's whatever. So there's our first duel. I guess this was Adamancipator. A weird version of the Adamancipator, but Adamancipators nonetheless. So we took them down. Let's go ahead for duel number 2. Show off more of what this deck can do. We haven't even touched on the true combos. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. Again, trying to go first. Do the thing we do. We don't get to go first. But if I got a D shifter, we'll be good. Alright, well, we don't get a D shifter, so this is going to be a bit of an uphill fight. Which is sad, because we have a pretty beefy opening hand. I mean, I've got the D fissure. I can just be like, no graveyard, and that would have been really nice right here. Against good old-fashioned Predaplants. Alrighty, well, we're back, everybody. I would have hidden skipped ahead. That guy was just going to keep going. But basically, what we're up against, like I said, this is Predaplants. So, basically, we're in the uphill fight of having to deal with Dragostapelia. Bit of a beefy dude. He can put counters on and negate the effects of monsters with those counters. Let me think. While you control an S, yeah, that would have been nice. Again, going first. A lot of people discount the dog. I'm not saying he's good, but he is a body on the board wherever you want it. So, I don't know. I kind of like the dude. Let me think here. So, what we're going to do here. Normal summon S-Force Edge Razor. Be like, hey, I get to summon a monster. Now, he's going to use his Dragostapelia like a foolish fool. And I'm going to immediately go for S-Force Showdown. This lets me summon an S-Force from mine hand in defense mode. This will let me get my Gravitino. Like, he can negate the Razor. I don't need the Razor. I only need Gravitino. Is this? Yeah, that's a once per turn. Yeah, that's what I knew that. I definitely knew that. Who said I didn't? So, what do I need in this situation? I've normal summon. I need this field spell. Yeah. I need the field spell. We're going to need our big boss monster to out this dude. So we're going to activate the S-Force Bridgehead. This is our very nice field spell. Gets us a monster. We're going to get a retroactive. Also, makes it so my opponent, if they attack a dude in the same column, I can't be destroyed by battle. So, now that we've done this, let's go ahead and summon forth. Let's see. Remind me how my boss works. At the start of damage step, this card attacks, banish all monsters this card points to. Nice. So, we're going to use all 3 of these. And be like, hello, it is I. Justification for all the brutality. So we're going to have Justify, and we're going to have him attack the Dracostapelia. Direct attack. Okay. That's totally fine. More or less. Let's see. Target face-up monster Poetros to gauge effects. Move that target to another zone. Sure. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to chain block with my dog tag. Alright, so we get dog tag on the board, and I'm going to move that over here. So, we're going to attack into Link Karibo, and at the start of the damage calc, we're just going to banish everything. No graveyard for you, Mr. Dracostapelia. And you might be wondering why this guy doesn't play his Predapruning. Well, he has no graveyard anymore, so it doesn't do him a lot of good. So, for that, we'll end our turn, and we should be pretty solid for next turn. Now, our opponent does have a grave, and he can still use Predaplants, and he can still do this thing. So he's not quite dead by any means, but I do have justification, and my opponent will surrender. All these graveyard-heavy decks, they don't, you know, Sforce might not be considered like a big-time deck, but if your opponent requires graveyard setup, then you're pretty set with this bunch. You know, because we don't need a graveyard. We're better in the banish pile anyway. So, we out the Predaplants. Like, it's a bit of an uphill fight, because like I said, we like to go first. But we were able to just annihilate our opponent, because he really should have saved the Dracostapelia for something a bit tougher. But for now, let's go for duel number 3. And again, show off this deck and what it does. I haven't even shown off the new monster. That was going to be next. But we got to show off the Nightcrawler one time at least. Mr. S don't give it to you. Gonna deliver it to you. Yes, don't. Mr. S don't give it to you. I can't rap it all. All right. Third opponent, everybody. The fight in third. Bit of a high. Not gonna lie. We've had some pretty easy first and second duel tonight. Might get taken down a peg, but until then, I'm gonna hold my head high and I'm gonna smack somebody. So, what do we have? Okay, we have our basic combo. It's a thing. I can do it. We'll add an Sforce. We'll add our Chiomar. Where is she at? There she is. There's the girl. Can you imagine she was level 1? That would have been nice. I mean, 1-for-1's good for Adia, but that locks us out of the extra deck. It's still something I could do. Now that I've said that, I kind of want to do it. But we're good. But okay, could I have ended like with one extra monster? Probably. Is it that important? No. No, I think we'll be okay. So we're going to summon Platina. We'll be over here. And we'll summon out our Gravitino. These guys look like a pair from JoJo's or something. I can imagine it. She's got the mind control stand, and this guy's got the stand that, I don't know, chews bubblegum. Don't tell me that wouldn't be a stand in JoJo. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a stand in old JoJo. And let me think about this. I could make... Let's see. Oh, I know. If I make a Dia, that doesn't work. That's not how that works. Although, I could just not activate his effect. But then I get a Chiyomaru. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do this. Why not? We'll ditch our other Planetina. A sad sacrifice. It has to be fed, but we get extra stuff. If I get a Dia, and then I get another Chiyomaru. So I get this quick effect, banish, you know, bring out a new monster. So, we've got ourselves a few monsters. We've got 3 whole S-Forces. The police force is on the go. Now we just need to fight off against a Time Thief player. Because then it'll be all thematically appropriate. Because I'm pretty sure that's part of the lore of these guys, is like, they're fighting against the Time Thief. I think. Maybe. I may be mistaken about that. What does this do? Banish this card from... Okay, this card's summoned. Send a fish from the deck to the grave. Nimble? No, it's Ghoti's. That could be interesting, considering that Ghoti's like to be banished. What does this do? Banish this card from the grave. Target fish. 500 attack till the end of the turn. Nah, not yet. I mean, what's he gonna do? Punch me with a fish? Do I look intimidated by your fishy goodness? No. No, I'm not intimidated right now by fish. I have the power to bounce all your stuff. I'm gonna send you to jail, young man. That's how it's gonna go. You'll think you scared me with your face down card. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and Chiyomaru. Let's banish Chiyomaru. We'll banish Chiyomaru, and we're going to summon out. Who do we want to summon here? I could summon another Gravitino, get more things, or I could get Lapswell and just bring back the Chiyomaru. Yeah, we'll get the big guy. We'll get the guy that's big, because the big guy gets my cards back. Oh wait, I can just get Planetina. That's right, from the grave. Duh. That works just as well. Granted, Platina won't get to bring back Chiyomaru, but I got another one, so I'm all good. All right, and now his monsters are just getting super tiny and pathetic. Ooh, hello. That's pretty good. All right, so Ghoti fish will revive itself, and then summon forth a fish. Right, because that's how this archetype works. You banish the fish, and then you synchro summon on my turn. Summon for this turn. Fish synchro. Why he didn't synchro, I'm not sure. I'm also a little worried as to why he did not synchro. Maybe he's got fish death charge. No. Now he's going to attempt it. Sforce chase. Chase them away. Off to jail with ye. What was the reason that got banished? I forget. Oh yeah, banished when it leaves the field. So yeah, because of Gravitino. Memphis, you're playing this deck and you're not explaining. Yeah, basically because I use Chase with Gravitino on the board. That just, does that. That's what happens. All right, so now I get to finally show off the Night Chaser. So we're going to use Gravitino, summon forth Night Chaser. And we're going to use Night Chaser, bounce Chaser back to the deck, and then we're going to summon Gravitino. Acha. And that's the nice combo little thing you can do. You can just keep spending back, getting S-Force Chase over and over again. The tricky thing, though, is the fact that these are just going to keep coming back. That's the problematic thing. Also, it is not a S-Force, which is becoming slightly an issue. I'm not going to put everyone in attack. Mirror Force still exists. I suppose I could make Justification just to get rid of this. So, Boom Boom and Retroactive makes this. So now I got 4 of them S-Forces. And this is the part where I get hit with Torrential Tribute. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, the thing is with this situation, this is an interesting one. Because I like to banish my opponent's stuff. But my opponent wants to be banished. So it's really a matter of who can banish their cards when they want them banished the most. That's the thing. So what does this card do? If a fish is banished, summon this card. Next turn after this card's banished, target a Ghoti trap that is banished or in the grave. There is no grave. Okay. Yeah, basically, he just get back his stuff. He got that Ghoti fish. I never really thought about playing the Ghoti archetype. I don't know what it is about them. I mean, they're very pretty looking. As all deep sea fish, well, the viper fish really isn't that pretty. But a lot of them, like deep sea fish, are very pretty looking. I just don't know about the play style. It's not really my style. That and like with Umi control, water decks don't, do it for me too much. But my opponent surrenders. Very premature, I have to say. But I think we got time for one more. This might get a little long, but, I feel like we need to have one more. Because we're showing the deck off. We're doing our combo, but our opponent's not staying long enough to say justice served. So I gotta at least try one more time. So let's try one more time, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, here we're the 4th opponent, the bonus force. We don't always do a bonus fourth, but when we do, it means we're having a good day. Or sometimes we're having a terrible day, but today we're having a good day. So what do we have for an opening hand? Okay. Pretty good. Let's get Chiyomaru. Let's get best girl in here. Let's get Chiyomaru. Alrighty, we're pretty set. I've got my robot samurai. This is weird. This is only the second time I played S-Force. I don't know if I had this much fun playing them before, but I'm having a good time tonight. I am doing the combo and the wombo. I mean, it's very linear, the combos at times, you know, because we're doing like the same thing over and over at times, but you know what? It still works, damn it. So we got our Platina, we've got our Gravatino, we got our JoJo's. Are there any Robot Samurai in JoJo? I don't know. I haven't seen past part 5. I would not be surprised if there was a Robot Samurai, though. That sounds like something in JoJo. For sure. So we're going to set our card. We're going to end our turn. We're good. We're good. I could make Justify, but that sounds like a really bad idea. I cannot justify summoning out that guy. That guy's for later. He's done his job today. You know, we saved us from the Predaplants. I think that he's done his job. So, what can our opponents do? I don't have a... Well, we have Gravatino. So, he has to put everything in these columns in order to keep his cards from being banished, essentially. Oh. All my monsters, well, being light and darks. That was bad. That's really bad. Oh no, all my darks. You monster. Alright. That is regrettable. All of my talk. All of my talk put in my throat. Dang it. Starving. Super Poly. Okay, I actually wanted my cards banished, so I'm actually okay with that to a degree. But not in this degree, sir. Alright, so, yeah, this is what we would... That's like one of the meta decks. That's a Fallen of Albaz deck. Yeah. I can't do much about this. Let's see. This card sent from the field of the grave. Target a special summon monster, send it to the grave. Yeah. And he's just gonna go straight into Le Battle Phase. Alright. I guess we'll at least bounce the dragon. Yeah, I can't do much else than that, but it's something. So, how many cards is he gonna have? At least 2, I'm betting. No, only 1. Alright. There's a potential. It's not a great potential, but it's a thing. Let me think. Alright, summon for Chiyomaru. Activate Chiyomaru's effect. And I can banish Chase so that I don't have to bounce, or I don't have to banish a card, basically. So, summon out. Go for Razor. And then Razor. Let's see, who is it? Yeah. Yeah, we'll summon Lapswell. Lapswell will go off. He'll get Gravatino. Okay, sent from the field to the grave. No! That was gonna be the thing that saved my balls. Alright. Dang it, now I won't have a banished monster. That's the problem. That's a bit of the issue. Let me think about this. Thinking. I mean, I could nuke his monster, but then he'll just send me to the grave, and I kind of don't want that to happen. So, but then again, quick effect. So, bouncing that doesn't save me. Oh, wait, wrong phase. Alright, we will banish Platina, destroy that, Drew's Worm goes off, sends Lapswell to the grave. Which is regrettable. Yeah, again, the problem is that doesn't work. I mean, it'll be a bigger monster. Alright, so we're gonna use Night Chaser. Night Chaser will bounce back. Summon back Platina. Put her in attack mode. She can't summon herself. That's better than nothing. Alright. The fate of the game is in whatever the heck my opponent draws into. Albaz, the Jester of the Despias. Nice top deck. Alright, so he will get his branded fusion. That is regrettable. Remind me how Branded Fusion's fusion works again. Let's see. Fusion a monster. Uh-huh. He does get the fusion of monster, that's for certain. But I still have my 1 bounce, so, like, I've got something. Let's see. Fusion summon, banishing the materials from the hand, the field, or the grave. Yep. Then he's going to banish a couple of these. I believe he's going to banish this Libellion dragon. It's the one thing I can't stand playing S-Force is my opponent having a graveyard. Blasphemy. And illegal, too. Okay, that's serviceable in prison time, man. Prison time, I tell you. I don't know how much prison time. Let's see, I'd say at least 10 years for every card in your graveyard. I think that's about fair. I'd say that sounds pretty fair. You know? I mean, you've got all these cards in your grave. I don't think taking the cards out of your grave is going to save you, sir. That's not how that works. Alright, so he's got a Masquerade and... Okay, bringing back the Bestial Libellion. So this card... Bestial, main phase, branded spell trap. The rebranded spell. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, another... Oh, he's actually playing branded in white. You don't see that one played as often. So, from extra deck, use monsters from hand or field as material, including a... Okay, so he has to use the stuff on his field for this. Opponent normal special summons a monster. Target a Bestial in the grave, summon it. Gotcha. So if I just don't summon anything, then he doesn't get anything back. I don't know how effective that is, but there you go. So he's played the Stigmata of White. Oh, he can use the stuff in his banish pile. I'm just now reading the actual rest of the spec. Because he's using Albaz, so he can use the stuff in his grave. Yep. So we just summon out Ice Blade the Dragon. Alright. Well. That is unfortunate indeed. I was kind of hoping that that was a misplay on my opponent's part, but I think I might be screwed. Like, I've got Chiyomaru. That's, like, the only good thing I have going for me. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Like, I can use my S-Force. And I can bounce the dragon. And the dragon will still use its effect, because that's what he can do. But I'm gonna take, like, 5,000 damage. That's a lot of damage. I don't know if I don't know if there was something I could have done to save myself from this situation. Maybe there was. Maybe there wasn't. I don't know, but well, the Super Poly really just screwed me over entirely, so I don't know if there was anything I could have done about that. But is what it is. So now he gets back that thing, and then he gets another thing. Let me guess. Yeah, the Branded Exile, which you can just bring back more things and fuse again. And that is a dead draw, people. People, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, unfortunately, we have lost this one. I'm gonna keep dueling though. I mean, there's no reason I wouldn't do this. Let's see. I can destroy. I mean, I can destroy a card, and that's about it. That doesn't really help me. So yeah, I've lost this duel, regrettably. Wish I could say otherwise, but I'm kind of screwed. Although, wait a minute. No, I'm pretty sure I'm still dead. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead now. Oh yeah, all the ghost spells are not helping in the slightest. I'm at least gonna take you down with me, sir. At least I take down the one. That's not saying much, but there you go. So, we've lost this one. Trigger effective. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. So yeah, I'm gonna skip it to the end phase, or the end screen. I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, everybody. So the S-Force gonna give it to you. We went 3 out of 4, and you know, a lot of it really went down to the fact that a lot of our opponents were using graveyard-centric decks. I mean, they all really were. So basically, that's what this deck is good for. You know, if your opponents focus on the graveyard in any if they need it to do stuff, this deck going first will take care of not all of it. Obviously, if you get super polyed, then there's issues. But If you don't get super polyed or field nuked, then you're pretty set. You know, you summon out your S-Forces, your opponent's cards are getting banished and all that, you're bouncing their cards, and, you know, you have yourselves a good time with a deck that's about the interrupts rather than the negates. We have about, like, one negate in this whole deck, I think. Yeah, okay, I've got two, but I didn't even summon this guy, so you can't say I did have a negate. Anyway, so I hope everybody enjoyed seeing some S-Forces. I was surprised we have some good time with the S-Forces. If you did, like button. That's all I, smack the like button. I appreciate it if you do. Like to see it, like to know that people enjoy what we do. And so tomorrow's going to be the live stream for Mr. Memphis Alter. And he's also going to be playing Vendreads, which he's going to be doing after I'm done, so that it's not all jumbled. So thanks for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out. I'll see you guys again later with more Yu-Gi-Oh action. See y'all on Sunday with Transonic Shinobirds, because that's what it was supposed to be. That's what I said that was going to be today, but that was wrong. So, see you guys again next time. Memphis signing out. Till next time, stay safe, stay happy. Y'all have a good one.